All right, let me start making these videos like I'm gonna upload them publicly, even though they're probably gonna be a members video. Because yesterday that got a lot of views, man. A good chunk of views, and I was just chilling. So maybe you guys like this kind of stuff. Um, Welcome back to another members video. If you're seeing this publicly, congratulations. So what's new? I'm sitting here looking at this XRP chart, just in amazement, actually, just to know that this thing is up nearly, and I'm talking about XRP for Hex, in relation to Hex and SEC stuff. And it's up, I mean, from the bottom, 17 cents. That's pretty much a 3x, man. Which isn't crazy, but I mean, I'll take that. And that's not to say that that's going to happen. And I've seen Eric Wall saying that it's, to just because a shitcoin went up in a bull market, it doesn't mean it's going to happen with PulseChain. It's like, nigga, ain't a bull market coming? Yeah, it's a bull market coming. The halving is in like I just seen a tweet. The halving is in, let's see. Whose page did I see that on? Yeah, 247 days, man. That's pretty close, man. This is the time that you start getting ready for a bull market. I mean, unless you think that it's not going to happen again, which will be silly to think that Bitcoin's not going to lead a bull market again. It's just kind of like, goes back to those things I know to be true. Like one thing that I know to be truth, and this is just about Ethereum. Ethereum's deflationary, so the supply is going down. The supply is down 302,000 ETH in the negative since what was it called? ETH2. Remember that? ETH2. So since ETH2 started, the supply is decreasing on Ethereum. So that's pretty bullish. And I was looking at DeFi Llama yesterday too. Just wanting to feel some confidence, in the market and just be like, hold on, let me make sure everything's still alive here. If we go to chains, Ethereum is the leader with 23 billion in TVL, 66 billion in stables, and 489 million in volume, $4 million in fees. So there's a lot of interest over here still. And look at Tron at number 2. Man, Tron, I still have my Tron. I've actually been keeping Tron and letting just compounding it for all this time. I got out of all, what's funny, I got out of all the dApps that I was in on Tron. I got out of the bankroll. I put all that in one wallet and then I staked that shit and just letting it stake. So Tron, I'll say don't sleep on Tron either, yo. For one, it sounds like my name, Tron. It's like, that's gotta be something, right? BSC, I'm kind of concerned about BSC. I'm not sure what, I see Coinbase is kind of going after BSC now, saying that he sold the USDC. Fucking Brian Armstrong snitched on CZ. That's funny. It's like, oh snap. And look at our chain. Our chain doesn't even have a token. There's not even a token on our chain. We're good. And that's kind of concerning too. Like Base, I gotta check and see if that bridge is open. But Base, it doesn't have a token. It doesn't have a main token. So that's kind of interesting how they're gonna, and they don't need one because they have Coinbase. That's like, that shit is hilarious, dog. Like we don't even need a token. We got our own platform. As long as our platform is making money, with you guys on and off ramp, we don't need a token. So I'm curious. That's actually Base is actually kind of scary. I'm hoping that they do something with those NFTs, man. I got a lot of them shits. Then you get to Arbitrum, Optimism. How much? Pretty much 2 billion TVL. Optimism with 875. Like there's a steep drop. For one, let's talk about the steep drop off from Tron to Ethereum. stables is man, it's 44 billion in stables on Tron, yo. I don't know, man. 1.4 million active users. Active users, and I mean that's not we can't really measure active users, you know. Who knows how many wallets how many people own these wallets, but you know, and then a steep drop off on Arbitrum Optimism. Maybe these are sleepers. A lot of protocols. I should probably look into Arbitrum Optimism. Those two, I'll probably be really upset if they start to just go crazy. Because I'm gonna be like, man, that shit was just sitting there in my face this whole time. Just never bought any, never got. I got some optimism from the airdrop. Polygon, you know. And then post down here at 13. It's 179. I find it funny that this 179 million is pretty much how much DAI he had. Like he had like 200 million in DAI. And now it's sitting at 179 million because most people are in the red. It's pretty crazy. So that's how much, like, I look at this as that's how much he's down. He's down 30 million. And he's using this as a floor. Like, we're now below the floor of the sacrifice. If he put all the funds up for sacrifice. It's just funny how that worked out. Cardano under that. No stables on PulseChain or on crypto.com. Man, remember crypto.com? I thought that shit was gonna take over the planet. Then Bitcoin down here at 15. I mean, what are the 7 protocols? Ordinals, BRC20s. All right, let's look at some charts. Let's see what's going on. What's up? Zen Doge. Well, let's talk about what people want to hear about first. Let's talk about Hex and PulseChain. Oh, that's the Zen watch list. Let's talk about Hex and PulseChain. You know, we'll just look at Hex on PulseChain. You know, we gotta do it like this, man. We gotta do the real chart. Hex, man. I'm sorry. Just, you know, so let's zoom in here, man. Let's get a little degen for the degens. I have an idea. What if that was the bottom for XRP? I mean, I know I said it a lot. Not XRP, but Hex. Let me do that again. What if that was the bottom? Wait a minute, you guys. What if that was the bottom for Hex? Let me do it again. Hold on. Let me do it again one more time. What if that was the bottom for Hex? If you're watching the full video, you kind of get the joke. Yesterday I'm looking at the XRP chart, and I noticed that it's up a lot from the crash. I didn't really measure it, but I just measured it. It's 17. The bottom was 17 cents, and now we're sitting at 60. I don't like to say, and I already kind of talked about this, but I don't like to say that it's going to happen the exact same way for Hex. But I just find it really interesting how we're sitting at this like bottom. I mean, I don't want to say the bottom, but it's kind of it's very similar to what happened with XRP. Maybe we get one more. But I'm just thinking what could make it go down lower? There's not really much else that could go. I mean, it can't get much worse than you getting sued. You just got sued. It hasn't been settled. It's not gonna get settled. I mean, it could get settled. I mean, the worst case, there is no other worst case scenario actually for a while. So that's why I'm pretty bullish on everything right now, like as far as Pulse and PulseChain, because it's like it can't get much worse. It can only get better from here, right? So, what's gonna push this down lower? I mean, just the impatience. Maybe it could drip. It could. That's why I say it could roll over again. But to me, the more likely situation is that shit starts to, go up soon, whether it be like after another rollover or from here. And I just found it funny that XRP pretty much did that. It was the suits. It happened. And then they said, oh, we're fighting this shit. I don't know what the exact timeline was, but yeah, it pumped. And I mean, even if you held, you're still up about 3x. So you bought the bottom, you know. Granted, there was a run up. I mean, this shit is just like PulseChain, bro. Huge run up. I can't even remember why it was pumping. Yeah, bad news. They say, wait. Nope. We're suing you. Train's not leaving the station. So, you know, I just think we're going to see something similar. Like I said yesterday, I think we'll at least see something like this, you know, and maybe we play around it here, you know, for the next fucking eternity. I'm feeling good today, man. You know, when I see that people like long content,
pause,
it makes me feel good. Cause I don't want to rush through no video and shit, man. You know? So yeah, Hex is looking good. Let's look at Pulse. So so yeah, same thing with Pulse. It does look pretty bad here. That's why I say it could roll over one more time. But I don't know. Maybe it could go lower. You know, it could go lower. I'm just looking at, like, I'm not sure if this is wrong of me, but I'm just looking at Hex on Ether. And I'm looking at the liquidity. I'm kind of watching that. And I'm like, man, if it goes lower, that just means that this is going to drain and go lower. This could go higher, but this is going to be lower if it goes down more. And if this gets lower than where it's at, I mean, that's not much Hex, man. It's always been not much Hex, and it's always like relative to how, and it's funny how like it's not much Hex, but it's like always relative to the market. Like when it was like $10 million or something in there at the top, it was like, that's not much. But right now that would be a lot. So 700K is a lot, but it's not really a lot. Like, so it shouldn't be much to get this going. That's why I'm just kind of looking at it like, only way is if buyers just don't come back. You know, I'm the BitConnect guy, man. I'm the BitConnect guy. I say stuff and I'm like, man, I'm the BitConnect dude. I can't know anything. I bought BitConnect when it was crashing. Now that was damn near 10 years ago. Probably I've learned a lot. So I've learned, you know, don't buy too heavy on the crash, man. This one feels different. It feels more like XRP. And knowing Richard Hart, like, go watch that fucker's videos, man. This is like the perfect thing for him. To be able, I mean, the difference is he's not going to be the one talking. And unless he just doesn't, unless he's like that bold, he's not going to be the one talking and saying, SEC, da, 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 da. He's not going to be out in public doing that. He's going to have a lawyer to do that. So it, you know, I guess it's good that he already has all that content of him talking shit about how Hex isn't a security, and they'll just be running that. They'll just run that. Like, you're already kind of seeing him like be put out there. So, I mean, I think then worst case scenario is he doesn't fight it. And even if he doesn't fight it and he settles, that'll be good. So it's like kind of almost the worst case scenario is he goes to jail. And even then Heskins will just be like, you know, Hex is immutable code. It can't be stopped. It's like, Give me his keys. We'll stop it. At least for a very long time. Like, that's the worst case scenario. Put a gun to his head and say, give me all the multis. The multi-sigs. Who has them? And get 3 people to sign it. That'd be crazy, yo. To get 3 different lawyers to sign a contract and start dumping this shit. I wonder how that would even work. Anyway, well, I don't even know how many people are on the multi-sig address. Is it a mystery? Let's see. PulseX. Oh, you know, it's like we were watching it here, and it's like they always do that shit at the perfect time. Cause I was like, we're making a higher low. This is a members video. I was all on members video. We were making a higher low right here, right? And I'm like, this shit don't look good, man. And they just, right, like 2 days later. That's why people think I had inside information. Come on, man. Come on, man. What kind of saddens me is when people make conspiracy theories about you that aren't true because you know that they're not true. So it kind of reveals that no conspiracies are true, bro. Ain't no such thing as conspiracies, bro. Motherfuckers ain't plotting and planning shit, yo. Ever. I don't believe in conspiracies. No, I don't. Somebody come out. No, I don't think so, man. I don't think motherfuckers be plotting like that. Every now and then. PulseX. We just looked at it, yeah. I mean, Zen. Yesterday I went and I looked at every chain. I looked at every chain for that, every Zen. I looked at every Zen on every chain, basically. Speech impediment ass nigga. I looked at Zen on every chain, right? But I won't let my speech stop me from getting my thoughts out. To see where the best buy is. I mean, I know that's crazy. I sorted by market cap and I started, that's Phantom DXN. Let's see. The cheapest Zen is Moonbeam. 18,000 market cap, man. You can't see it. No. Yeah, 18,000 market cap. The DXN has 16,000 market cap. Here, I just move it. See? So I bought some Moonbeams in. I bought some Avalanches in. I'm always buying P's in because it's not profitable. Well, not because it's not profitable. Some of them are profitable, but it's a very low market cap too. I don't see PulseChain market cap getting too much lower. Phantom's in. And I didn't buy Matic Zen, and I didn't buy Binance Zen, I don't think. Because I think they're overvalued. MZN 300,000. And my logic behind buying these small ass coins is because that's where the growth is going to come from. Because I seen what happened with Zen on ETH is the liquidity grows and it compounds. Well, I wouldn't say compounds, but it grows over time. Just the way it's designed. I don't know. It's something I noticed really early on. If I go to Dex Guru, I think it's Dex Guru. Yeah, I can show you. So yeah, Dex Guru only shows you the real liquidity. When determining how liquid a token is, we don't really care about how much of that token is in the liquidity pools. So they take off that half. The Zen, they don't care about that. They don't display that. They only show the ETH, the cash outable things like ETH, USDC, stuff like that. So this is the true liquidity of Zen, and it's at $213,000 now. That's not a lot, but it's been growing ever since the beginning. 64, 83, 93, a dip down to lows, and then it runs again. 100K, 95, and got all the way up to 226,000 here. This was the highest it's ever been, and it's almost that high now at the bottom. So I'm just kind of realizing, look at that shit, man. That's beautiful. Like I ain't never seen no coin do that, yo, ever. I never seen a coin do this. I mean, maybe Hex does it. Let's see. Let's actually check Hex. Maybe Hex did that. $1 million. Maybe Hex did do it. Let's see. No, it was doing it. It was kind of doing it. Not really though. It was new lows for, liquidity total. Like it was making new lows. It's been doing, man, it's doing really bad. So yeah, Zen is the first coin I seen do that. And I noticed that shit very early on. And let me go back to it. I don't know why I have to adjust it like this, like to take off one day, but I do. So yeah, this makes higher lows on liquidity, and that's just what it's been doing. That's not to say that it's gonna keep doing that, But that's why I went ahead and bought all these smaller chains, because I mean, if these things are gonna accumulate USD, if they're gonna be accumulating USD, like, I wish I could look at them on the other chains, but I think that it's true across the, unless it's like, only way is if it's on a dead chain that will not grow, like maybe Doge chain or something. It's one of those where it just won't, people aren't doing everything. It might not work. But on maybe Moon, I think Moon, that's the barrier for me. Evmos, I can't get on there, and it's not working. Like it's just turning me off, So I'm not really trying to, but that's the lowest one, 6K market cap. So I mean, the shit going to 100K market cap, that's, what did you say, 600K market cap, that is 100x if you maintain your value and maintain your position on the leaderboard. It's 100x. And it's easiest to do that when the prices are down. That's why I was like, man, it kind of hit me yesterday. I was like, man, what if Zen is meant to be bought, yo? Like, hold on a second, man. Did I do the wrong thing? I'm thinking, like, I'm looking back like, man, what if I would just took the USD that I wanted to put into Zen? What if I just took that money, set it aside, and just watched and waited and let, you can get on the leaderboard for Zen. You can get on the leaderboard for Zen. Let's see. Let's say, top 50. 29 billion. It's not that much. I mean, if we're talking Ethereum here, that's all I'm saying. That's not a lot. 21K? I could just wait till now and just buy it. Instead of doing all the mints. So it's like, damn, maybe the play is buying the shit. It kind of, and then when you're down here, because think about it, if I mint a Centurion right now, a Centurion's gonna make me like, probably not even that much anymore. Maybe like 3 million Zen, 3 billion, which is a little bit more than an ETH. It's not that much. It's gonna cost me like 0.5 to make it, so half of an ETH. And to wait 450 days, I mean, it's not quite there yet, but you get what I'm saying. It's getting to the point where it's like, minting, I just buy that shit. I just buy it. So it's getting there. I'm not sure if we're there yet, but everything looks pretty promising about this chart, man. Like, even as an outsider, you got to be like, okay, hold on a second. There is kind of something here. There's something here with this, because the mint gets doesn't make sense anymore. And if you're gonna be in it, you know, and you know what's coming. Like, if you don't know what's coming, then okay, yeah, it might be. It's harder to buy. But as someone who kind of has a good idea of what's probably coming down the road as far as like projects, I'm gonna wish I had some Zen. You know, that's kind of how I'm feeling. So I stopped selling. I'm just keeping the Zen that I got because it's not that their profit. I made profit, but like my 200, I feel I got one that ends today. Yeah, the one that ends today was not profitable because I overpaid on Gwei, which I guess it was a bad day for Gwei. And I just was like, okay, fuck it. But then tomorrow is when I think I made profit. Let me check. So 240 days ago, this is the 17th Gwei. So maybe it was two in a row. But on this 40 right here, okay. This one right here, I paid 181 to start, or 0.099 ETH, and it's worth 500 for a 240-day minute. So I'm still profitable. I could still sell for a profit on those. So there's still probably some dumpers, but I don't think many people was doing what I was doing. Because if we look at this, we can see if they were. If a lot are ending right now. So no, not that many are ending right now. So I'm a minority of people who's in profit. That's why you like, damn, this nigga was profitable. Oh, because I kept mining. I didn't just do, like, I see a lot of people talking about that. The people that complain about Zen the most are people that did those single day mints and that's all they did. It's like, nah, man, it's called proof of participation. Like, come on, man. It's really called, literally, the shit was called proof of participation. A proof of participation protocol. That was what it was first called. You got to participate. You got to keep participating. If you stop participating, you're going to eventually get the short end of the stick. But if you keep participating, you kind of increase your odds. Like, that's why I'm doing so well. So I meant it when Gwei had dropped down to like, so I remember that first time Gwei really dropped down, people were thinking it was dead. That's kind of, it happened on PulseChain a little bit too. But I kept minting. So I have a week of nice mints this week. And then next week, I still was minting. I didn't really stop minting until like the October batch, which was like 200, about close to 300 days after, well, 100 days after launch. So, October is gonna suck for me. That's why I kind of want to buy some, because I know October is probably when it's gonna be pumping. Because if I wasn't minting, then probably nobody was minting during October. So October, I think, will be a pretty bullish. And it's kind of funny how that all lines up with the X1 auctions and stuff. It's like he kind of knows. They probably have metrics that say, okay, that's pretty much the end of it. And this is when people started coming back because it starts to go up. So I think the interest on Zen is going to grow because more people are going to start getting their mints. And I think the peak interest for Zen will be during these points right here. So March of next year, I think it'll be really a good time for Zen. And then July. And then I think it'll die out. And then I think what's going to happen next is we're going to get a lot of people minting when it starts to pump again. A lot of people will come back minting, and these will be, it'll be another period where Zen's going to be popping because a lot of people are going to be coming back to get their mints and see what happened. Now, are they going to be wrecked or are they going to be in profit? That's the good question. That's a good question. I'm really trying to think where is the most profit. It looks like so far the most profit was on the way down. These points right here, as far as a mentor. I think, I don't know. It's gonna be. It's really tough to see how it's gonna go. Maybe it goes down, but I don't think that the price goes. I don't think the price goes down going into this, because I think this was when the X1 stuff in the auction, unless they just don't do that shit, unless they keep on not doing stuff, that's the only way. If Jack doesn't do the token factory, if he doesn't do the 333 auctions, if he just keeps on not doing stuff, he doesn't ever launch next, then yeah, we'll probably just keep going down. But if he brings those things out and starts letting them burn at these, and what really unfortunately is these things do the best, the burners do the best when the price is low because it can capture more coins. If the burns start happening when the price is high, it's not going to burn that much then. But if we can take off another zero, I know it hurts to hear it, but if we could take off another zero and get Zen really, really cheap, the stuff might launch. I think that might be, if I was trying to make a dent in the supply, I would want to do that shit. Just like when I'm buying it now, like I get a huge, like I can become a whale with no work on Moonbeam for like probably like $100, man. Let's see. I can't remember. Let's go to holders. It says this, but like top 50. We'll go top 50 on Moonbeam. 39 billion, which is like peanuts. $78. You can be a top 50 holder on Moonbeam for $78. And just think if this continues to grow. Like I wish, maybe I can. Let's check on Dex Guru and see if I can even look at this. MB Zen. They need to add that, man. If y'all know of any other site, if y'all know of any other site that does this, that shows like the true liquidity all time across all different dexes, that would be great. Let's copy and paste it just to be sure. Yeah, Dex Guru is kind of old. I think they kind of quit. But for Ethereum stuff, it's really good. Let's see. No, this is like a profile. Anyway, Pizen. I mean, this is like the most duhest of duhs, bro. Like PulseChain Zen is like the most duh, like duh. Like I don't want to say what to do. I just say what I'm doing. I buy a little bit of this shit every day because you can get so much. And let's see, to be a top holder, let's see how much to be a top holder on Pizen. Let's see. What's this? How many results is that? Probably 50. So a top 50 holder on PulseChain, 36,000, close to Moonbeam, 36 million, billion, whatever. $226. It's not bad to go ahead and secure your spot, especially if like for what I'm doing is I have mints coming, but it makes more sense to just buy all that up front for pretty much nothing, and then I can feel better selling on my mints because I got a big bag of it. It makes more sense to do it like that instead of on the selling on way down. Like, am I doing the right? Like I did with ETH. It's not the right. It was all right, but it was profitable, but it wasn't like, I could have a bag of it by now. Like I could, if I would have, but I didn't mint that much though. I didn't do that many coin 2 mints. So I probably still wouldn't have that much relative to the supply. I probably have close to what I have now. Maybe double, maybe triple of what I have now, which is a lot. So it's like I made it, but I don't really see it because I was selling, doing stuff. So, but if it pops and when Zen inevitably pops and goes for a run, like these two, right? It's crazy how these two, this one is bigger than this one. You would think it kind of would dilute and get worse, but this one, maybe we have a bigger pump than this, and maybe we like imagine if we like start an uptrend. That should be crazy, yo. If it goes to here, it makes a swing high, and then it comes back and makes a higher low again. Oh man, that'd be epic. Cause this is Like you think about something that's gonna be faced, like something that can face the SEC, right? This right here can't even be touched by the SEC, dog. This shit right here, nigga. This can't be touched by the SEC, bro. I laugh. The fucking SEC. That's what y'all gotta do. I laugh. I laugh. Security. This shit was more fair than Bitcoin, because even with Bitcoin, you had to even know what crypto, everybody knows what crypto is. So everybody had opportunity for this, you know? So yeah, I think it's starting to, this is what I really think. I think it's starting to do like this right here. Something like that. I think it's looking like it, man. It's looking like it. That's about it. Did I upload this publicly? This is probably publicly. That's why I say I should start off all of my videos like they're gonna be. That's what the problem is. I go into my videos thinking, oh, this shit gonna be kind of whack. I'll just be chilling this one. Don't really give much energy. And then it ends up being lame. But sometimes I'll be like, damn, I wish I would have been more serious on that. Cause that's some good insight there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into every, see, it's that fucking hemp, man. That hemp, man. I stay with the shit. Yeah, I really be with the shit, bro.